So I want us to jump into risk management. I cannot start teaching you technical aspect of trading without telling you how to manage your risk. So it's very important to note that forex is very very risky. So you need to know how to manage your risk. Then there's something I coined. I call it money management, which is very very important. Even you as a forex trader, you as a business person, anything you are doing, you need to know how to manage your money. So you see, this risk management aspect is going to help us. Is going to help us in everything we are doing. It's not only forex. Okay, so we need to learn how to manage our risk. We need to learn how to manage our money. So this money management, I'm going to call it a circle, money management circle. So once you know this, trust me, your life is going to be easy. Your life is going to be easy. And trust me, you can take any traits you want to take without any emotion attachment or without psychological effect. Okay, so I call it money management cycle. You need to understand that we have different needs, we have different wants, we have different things we need to do as a forex trader, or even as a business person, or even as a student. So you need to learn how to manage your money. You need to put different cash in different things. And that's why it's always advisable not to trade with amounts you can afford to lose. So in this circle, let's just assume that our monthly inflow, our monthly, let's just assume that our monthly inflow, is $1,000. Is $1,000. So this is going to teach us on how to manage this $1,000 so it will not affect other things you are doing. It will not affect our lifestyle. It will not affect our trading. It's not going to affect our investments or our savings. So it's always important that before you start trading, you need to learn how to manage your risk and how to manage your money. So let me just give you guys an instance. Let's just call this 100%. So in this 100%, we have different this 100%, let's just call it 100%. So let's just call it 100%. 100% inflow. So 100% inflow is what? Is $1,000. So we need to learn that in that 100%, we need to divide our money in different places. We need to put it in different places. Like we have our needs, we have our wants, we have emergency funds, we have our savings, we have trading, which is very very important. So this one is very important. So we still have our trading, we have savings, we have investments. So with this now, we want to learn how to manage our money so that our needs, our wants, emergency funds, our savings, our trading, our savings, and our investments, anything we are doing in forex, anything we are doing, our needs. If we want to get something, we'll get it. If we want to pay for something, we'll pay it. You pay it. So this money management is going to teach us on how to navigate all this without touching our trading money, or without touching our investments, or without touching our savings, or even our needs money, or wants, emergency funds, all of this. So you need to learn that this money management will also guide you when it comes to trading so you don't make necessary mistakes. Okay, so it's always advised to I'm coming. Okay, so you need to learn this that in this 100% inflow, you need to put some money in your needs, add cash on your wants, emergency funds, savings, trading account. Then you can even so invest from your monthly inflow. So let's just assume that you make $1,000 every month. In that $1,000, maybe you give 10% to your wants. Maybe you give 10% to your wants. Trying to edit this, but okay. So let's just say your needs you give 20%, then your wants you give 10%. So emergency funds you give maybe 20%, your savings 20%, your trading 10%. So you see, you're trading with only 10% of your inflow. So let's just assume that something happened that week, your trade did not go well. So trust me, you can still have a lot of cash to cater for your needs, your wants, a lot of things. But you see somebody using 100% of his inflow to trade, and you end up making nasty decisions that you don't want to make. So it's always advisable to trade with only 10% of your inflow. Some people will increase it to 20. So with all this you're saying here, you need to still amend. If you like your needs to be 30%, still perfect. But I'm going to advise you to use 10% or 20% in your trading. Then you can save. Okay, we have already done 20. So you can invest 20%. So making how many percent? 20, 20, 50. So it's 100%. You see that you are giving only trading 10%. And then trust me, any decisions you are going to make in the market is basically based on your technical analysis. But when you give the market 100% of your inflow, some decisions, your emotions will help you and do that. Instead of closing trade, end up holding trade because that's the last money you have. You don't want to lose anything. And one thing about Forex is that you risk small to make big, or you risk big to make big. Okay, so you need to understand that since you're giving Forex 10% or you're giving crypto trading, any trading at all 10%, is going to help you to take nice decisions in the market. That's the most important thing. So when it comes to this risk management, we need to understand money management. I've already done that. The second one is I need to understand that the rule number one state that trade with amounts you can afford to lose. If you cannot afford to lose this 10% and you can afford to lose 5%, you can bring this down to 5%. So any money you are putting in Forex, any money you are putting in trading, you must want to lose. Even if you lose the money, no problem. So always trade with amounts you can afford to lose. Then the second one is always make use of your take profits and your stop loss. Even if you don't like making use of your take profit, always use your stop loss so that you don't lose much. So once you put your stop loss, it's going to help you to minimize your loss. That's why they call it stop loss, to help you to stop your losses for the meantime. Okay, so always use stop loss. If you don't want to use take profit, no problem. Then trade with amounts you can afford to lose no matter what. Trade with amounts you can afford to. I hope you guys are writing this down. So I'm expecting you to write everything I'm going to do today so you can go through it later. So make sure you're writing something down. Now, I think we're done with risk management.